Radio Speaks English. Language.
You're listening to the Radio Speaks English podcast, and in its second part, we're getting to know 3 idioms referring to IT sphere. Starting with you, Andrew.
Yes, Gleb, let's go. We used to think that all the programs and applications always work perfect without being ready for bugs. One of them happened due to developers, but some cases prove that a product doesn't function because of the user's fault. In such a situation, the English IT specialists say that the problem is between the keyboard and the chair. For example, the bug in that application seems to be a problem between the keyboard and the chair. There is an interesting fact. Sometimes they use an acronym PICNIC, which stands for Problem in Chair, Not in Computer. What goes next, Vitaliy?
So, the next idiom refers to different projects IT workers manage to perform. It's easy to start. You're full of enthusiasm. But moving to the deadline closer and closer, there comes the necessity to end the project and present it to the customer. So to describe it in IT English, there's an idiom to pull the plug. For example, it looks like time to pull the plug on the shopping center website. To memorize it easily, we can imagine the home electricity. When switching the device off, we usually pull the plug out of the socket.
Thank you, Vitaliy. And before finishing the project, IT workers must test it to avoid the faults we spoke about previously. To say it in English, we introduce you the idiom to eat your own dog food. You must ask, why dog food? So the phrase is not so archaic and goes back to 1970s television advertisement of the Alpo dog food, where the Canadian actor Lon Green fed Alpo to his dog. But there's also another idea of the can pet food president eating a can of his dog food at shareholders meeting to test and approve it. For example, we don't want to be seen as eating our own dog food when we introduce this new app. And now let's sum up.
The situation when the application doesn't work due to the user's fault can be easily described with the phrase "the problem is between the keyboard and the chair."
When you're to finish working on the project, you can say that it's time to pull the plug.
And to test the product you've created before presenting it to the customer, you must eat your own dog food.
Master your English with IT idioms and stay tuned. Our radio will keep speaking English in several minutes.
And now meet Hi Hello song from Johnny Marr.